I hope you'll forgive my Chinese. I'm a Korean American from New York City. 我很荣幸来自里阳江。我的名字叫 Sang Lee. 我是 DarcMatter the CEO, and I'm really pleased to be here to present our platform to you. There's a multi-trillion-dollar opportunity in the world today, which we call the alternative investment fund industry. It represents over $8 trillion of investments in the world, which represents about 5% of the entire world's wealth today, and it's one of the fastest growing. However, there is no technology, there is no infrastructure for financial advisors, investors, to connect effectively and seamlessly and compliantly with alternative investment funds today. And the alternative asset class, which we define as venture capital funds, hedge funds, and private equity, is growing twice the speed of traditional stocks and bonds for the last 10 years. And this is because of the rising demand by investors to enhance their portfolios through global as well as risk mitigation and diversification. The DarcMatter is a first-of-its-kind SaaS technology platform that completely disintermediates the alternative investment fund industry and allows funds and investors to better access, engage, and communicate with one another. So let's run the product demo to take a look at how the technology actually works. So as we mentioned before, financial services is typically a sales job. We're introducing SaaS technology into financial services for the first time. The way that investors are able to interact is completely seamless. It doesn't have to go through a banker or through another placement agent. It's fully compliant and uses U.S. financial securities regulation to protect both the investors as well as the funds. Investors can sort and find the right fund, venture capital or hedge fund that's right for their portfolio. They can work with their advisors to see which investment is right for their portfolio. And once you actually enter the deal room, this is what typically a banker or a placement agent would do, but now you can seamlessly access it through our technology. Even the data room is behind a compliant firewall using encryption technology to protect both the funds and replacing much of the work that we rely on lawyers and bankers to do today. And from the alternative funds perspective, when they have to typically do this offline, we're giving them a single dashboard to interact with investors, to be able to keep track of which investors are actually interested in their offering, as well as the type of regulatory restrictions that they're working with so that they can protect themselves as well as their investors. You can perform due diligence on the platform through the profiles as well as the identity verification technology that we utilize. And instead of trying to send 100 emails with pitch decks or term sheets, you can communicate seamlessly through our platform. You can even keep track of investors that have expressed interest, but maybe they're not ready to invest yet. But you can keep them up to date, to give them information, to provide them investor relations communication so that they become more and more interested in your offering. And even when you close, our technology goes beyond the actual investment process. We go into the investor relations to provide a transparent technology so that investors who have invested into a fund can have the comfort to know that there's a single technology standing behind them. And our technology model really represents a new paradigm in financial services. We're a SaaS-based technology platform which utilizes a monthly subscription fee as well as premium feature revenue from the funds themselves. And investors are able to access our platform free of charge, and they're able to access it without an intermediary or without a banker. And the management team is really well comprised of three prongs that we think are very important to success: financial services expertise, financial technology expertise, as well as large corporate online and offline branding that we can bring to bear. I was also represented as the Under 30 CEO in New York City, as well as a global Good 100 world-changing fellow. And our advisors really speak to the understanding that many financial services professionals have today about the changing landscape, about how much investors want transparency in their portfolios, as well as their desire to diversify and enhance their returns. Our advisors represent BlackRock, Guggenheim, as well as global institutions like Societe Generale and BTG Pactual, which really speaks to how much the financial services industry is also standing behind us. And the industry landscape is really fragmented into either networking or product sales. So there are financial technology platforms that are providing different kinds of stocks or different kinds of bonds, but this is still a very traditional model of doing the business. For us, we're introducing the new data-driven CRM SaaS solutions so that both the funds as well as investors and advisors can connect with each other without an intermediary in between. And our clients range from $100 million venture capital funds all the way up to multi-billion-dollar hedge funds that have said that this pain point has existed in their industry for over 40 years. And we think that, that investor interest can go global, which is why we're here today. And our traction really speaks to how much the industry has taken the friction of the crisis as well as the changing environment for the investors. We have over $15.8 billion worth of funds on our platform that are seeking to connect with investors, and over $200 billion of investor capital that's represented by family offices and wealth managers on our platform seeking alternative funds today. 感谢大家。